how people's lived experience really does affect how they approach a problem and how they view solutions to issues facing our city. And how even if we do have different lived experiences and different approaches, we might actually end up at the same place in terms of what the solution might be.
I've become much better at communicating with, problem solving with, and coming to compromises with different groups of people.
Something that I have learned from my time at YouthBridge is to make sure to learn about other people's unique experiences. As a fellow and bridger, I have had the opportunity to engage with those from different cultures, backgrounds, and religions. These interactions have helped me become a more open-minded individual and have enabled me to think from a more broader perspective.
Knowing how many people are out there, especially in New York City, who are really driving positive change in many different areas that we've discussed at YouthBridge. So for example, we've met people who are trying to reform the educational inequity in New York City. We've learned about prison reform and so many other issues. And it's just really motivating and uplifting to just see how many young people especially are taking part in those changes.
One thing I will take away from YouthBridge is that everyone has their own story, and that the best way to learn about an issue is by talking to people about it. I learned a lot about people who shared their personal experience with women's health and the criminal justice system. And these were topics that I wasn't very well informed of before. But just by listening to others talk about it and share their personal stories, I was able to enhance my understanding of these issues a lot.
I mean, I learned a lot, but definitely the value of collaboration, more than like a group project at school. YouthBridge really taught me how valuable people's perspectives are, and a lot of people at YouthBridge have like very different interests, but we still all get along, and everyone's really smart and has something insightful to say, and you can learn a lot like just by listening. So YouthBridge definitely made me see that value.
One thing that I'll take away from my experience at YouthBridge is probably being more open-minded. Because of YouthBridge, I take risks and I take any opportunities that come my way. I go out my comfort zone more often. So thank you, YouthBridge, for making me the person I am today.
Definitely all the friendships I made and the knowledge about how to be a better leader in my community.
One thing I'll take away from YouthBridge would be to never stop educating myself on issues that are currently happening right now, and to also listen to others and their different perspectives.
Definitely improved team building skills, learning how to work in groups, learning to listen, and also delegate responsibility and take leadership at times too. So definitely improved team working skills.
Something I'll take away from YouthBridge is how to be a better leader and how to work in a team better, and to communicate with others so that we can all have the best experience and do the best work we can.
What is something that I'll take away from my experience at YouthBridge? Definitely social skills.
Something that I will take away from my experiences at YouthBridge would have to be leadership skills. And I know it sounds generic, of course, but I learned my capabilities, and I learned how to use these leadership skills to help others and to help myself as well.
I hope to take away from YouthBridge not only the leadership skills that were advertised to me, but also since my friend introduced me to YouthBridge, he talked a lot about the connections he made during his time here, and it was really, really fascinating to see. Like he said, in all of high school, this was probably one of his most favorite moments, because he just got to hang out with like-minded people and form connections that he feels like were meaningful and might last him for a lifetime.
Things that I took away from YouthBridge was the importance of voicing out my own opinions and using my own voice. Because honestly, before YouthBridge, I was in my own bubble. I didn't really want to talk about my own opinions, and I didn't know how to voice them out. And through this experience with YouthBridge, I learned the importance of networking, and I made really good relationships with people, and I became more social, and I really broke out of that bubble. So through this whole experience, I learned how to use my own voice and the ways I could use it.
YouthBridge New York has widened the diversity of people that I know.
I will take away the impact of dialogue and the difficult discussions we had at meetings. YouthBridge has taught me the importance of hearing and seeing different perspectives.
Learning how to be comfortable with sharing my own stories, but also listening to other people's stories, because I think being vulnerable is actually one of the greatest assets that a student or a person in general can have.